Our guest, introducing our guest this morning is, as they say, a point of personal privilege. Our guest's father, a great friend of mine, and he was a member of Mayor Harold Washington's cabinet in the first African-American police superintendent in the history of Chicago. With that bloodline, our guest today is going to be the best city treasurer we have ever had. Our guest today comes to her new post after serving as commissioner of the Department of Transportation, a post she assumed in November 1999 after serving as the first woman city water commissioner. Yes, indeed, she has been fast-tracked by the mayor, and deservedly so. Our guest has been with the city since 1989, where she started as an assistant corporation counsel. The following year, she moved to the Department of Revenue and soon was named to Director of Administrative Adjudication, soon followed by Deputy Director of the Department of Revenue. A year later, Mayor Daley named her Director of Revenue. And if you want to get a better handle on the significance of that career track, being Director of Revenue, consider that one of her predecessors was Paul Vallis. She remained at Revenue until 1995, when she moved up to the mayor's staff as an executive assistant for special projects. Earlier, before even joining the city staff, she served as an assistant state's attorney. She received her law degree from the John Marshall Law School after graduating cum laude from Loyola University. She made the dean's list in her last 3 years at Loyola. This latest appointment, however, is a landmark. The office of city treasurer is an elective office. In a couple of years, literally a couple of years, 2 years, you will see her name on the ballot. And where she goes from there will be very much in her own hands. We have with us this morning a rising star. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very honored to introduce to the City Club of Chicago the treasurer of the City of Chicago, Judy Rice. Judy?
I'd like to start with you this morning by sharing with you some history of the City Treasurer's Office. The title of Barbra Streisand's song, "The Way We Were," came to mind when I thought about this speech. But I'd like to issue a disclaimer first. I am not trying to take Alderman Burke's role as the city's historian. But I recently learned that I am not the first Rice to serve as city treasurer. That honor goes to William H. Rice, city treasurer from 1861 to 1862, who fought and died for the Union during the Civil War. And in case you think there's any nepotism involved 100 years later, if you look at William Rice's pictures compared to mine, you know that we are definitely not related. So let me tell you the way we were in 1861. The population of the city was approximately 120,000 people. The city ran a surplus of $68,000, and the total city portfolio was $295,733.73. That's important, those 73 cents. And interestingly, the total assets of the city were a whopping $2 million. The way we are now, the city has a population of nearly 3 million people. Our portfolio totals approximately $4 billion between operating funds, bond funds, pension, and school board funds. Total assets of the city are valued in the billions of dollars. Obviously, this brings new challenges to the city treasurer's office. Our mission is currently to collect, invest, and manage all monies and available tax dollars for the city of Chicago. Our goal is to maximize portfolio yield without compromising the safety of principal while adhering to the municipal code and state statutes. Just last week, we introduced and the City Council passed the first investment policy for the City of Chicago. The foremost objective of this policy is to provide sufficient liquidity to enable the city to meet all operating requirements, the highest rate of return on investments, and to promote economic development in the City of Chicago. Additionally, we are measuring the performance of our portfolio against the average 3-month US T-bill return. The duties of the city treasurer have expanded over time to include duties that Mr. Rice certainly could not have imagined. I would guess that most Chicagoans don't even know the functions or the duties of the city treasurer's office. It is incumbent upon our office to inform the public about what we do on the second floor in City Hall. The city treasurer is more than just the city's banker. For example, the city treasurer serves on the board of trustees and is the ex officio treasurer for 4 city pension funds: the Municipal Employees Annuity and Benefit Fund, the Firemen's Fund, the Laborers, and the police funds. The city treasurer's office is responsible for managing the pension fund's operating cash and is directly responsible for maintaining and supervising banking relationships that provide custodial services for the 4 pension funds. As a board trustee, the city treasurer's role includes overseeing and reviewing the performance of money managers in meeting established benchmarks. The city treasurer also serves as treasurer for the teachers' annuity and benefit funds. Many people are surprised to learn that the city treasurer, by state law, is the ex officio school treasurer for the Board of Education. We essentially act as a custodian of school funds. We receive all tax revenues and other funds allocated to the Board of Education and place those funds in accounts separate from the city's accounts in the name of the Board of Education. If there was one thing I'd like to impress upon you this morning, it would be that the city treasurer's office plays a vital role in the financial stability of several aspects of the city of Chicago. Certainly, we cannot fulfill our responsibilities without assistance from outside our office. However, we are proud of the fact that our investment management function is performed internally and without the assistance of money managers or consultants. Our investment management duties are carried out by a group of talented investment professionals led by First Deputy Tarek Malhans. I'm a little bit nervous, everyone. Excuse me. To help us achieve our objectives and assist us with our investment function, we do enlist a select group of broker-dealers. Recently, we issued a request for information to seek out interested broker-dealers. We are in the process of evaluating those who submitted response on selected criterion that includes the firm's prior experience, financial stability, and the firm's commitment to the city. Back to the way we were in 1861. The thought of a computer or modern technology to help a treasurer achieve his goals was almost non-existent. Can you imagine William H. Rice sitting at his desk contemplating a website or implementing Oracle's financial reporting systems? A pretty far-fetched thought indeed. Well, today our office is looking at every way that modern technology can assist us in performing our job. For example, we first upgraded all computer hardware to meet the new operating requirements we anticipate implementing. We currently face several challenges that can be overcome by implementing new technologies. For instance, our office works closely with the Comptroller's Office and Department of Revenue, but each entity has its own separate and distinct data entry and reporting system. Departments cannot use computers or databases to transfer or share data. As a result, we have people poring over reams of paper, entering by hand into our computers data that we may have received from City Comptroller's Office or Department of Revenue. Our office has made it a priority to work with the City's Office of Business and Information Systems, the Budget Office, the City Comptroller's Office, and Department of Revenue to implement a standard system for data entry and report generation for all participating departments. When fully implemented, we expect that the Sierra Club will acknowledge the city's achievements of saving millions of old-growth trees, and our staff will be able to sleep without dreaming of endless reams of paper. Another challenge we face relates to our communications with the clearing banks regarding checks and warrants. Currently, we receive by courier a magnetic tape that lists all the checks and warrants that have cleared the city's main bank account. We are unable to check the accuracy of this data until it has been loaded onto the city's mainframe. If there's any incorrect data, it has to be amended by manual input, then resubmitted. We are currently testing a system that will transmit the data electronically and allow our staff to verify all the data before it is sent to the mainframe. Currently, all departments that handle receipts report them to the office by fax or hand delivery. We are testing a system that will allow those departments to report their deposits electronically. The chief benefit of these new systems is that financial data need only be entered once instead of the current process that requires duplicated and sometimes triplicated manual entries, thus eliminating the potential for data entry errors. I would hope that William H. Rice would be proud of the city treasurer's office evolution over the last 140 years. We have expanded the role of city treasurer beyond that of the city's banker. We believe that it is also important to promote the economic vitality of the city. For example, we are aware that many unsuspecting citizens are falling prey to unscrupulous lending practices, which are causing people to lose their most valuable assets, their homes. Senior citizens, the most vulnerable, are the usual targets for these predatory lenders. Our office will embark on a campaign of public education in conjunction with other city agencies, such as the City Departments of Housing and Department of Consumer Services, to inform the citizens of the ways that they can avoid falling prey to these predators and the agencies to which they can turn for help. Of most concern to us in our Of most concern to us in our role of promoting economic development is the fact that many Chicagoans do not have any formal banking relationships with any local financial institutions. 38% of all Chicagoans do not have any form of checking or savings accounts. Citizens are paying high fees for check cashing services and are not taking advantage of financial vehicles designed to build personal or family wealth. We believe that part of the solution is to encourage people to gain financial literacy and inform them of basic money management tools. We are developing programs that help people obtain the skills and knowledge necessary to achieve a brighter financial future. We are seeking to build partnerships with both the banking and educational communities to achieve this goal. The evolution of the city treasurer's office is an ongoing process. I am sure that 140 years from now, when I awaken from my cryogenic sleep, that I will be totally stunned at the progress the city treasurer's office has achieved. I'd like to close this morning with a challenge to you. Since no person is an island, and we recognize the importance of divergent views and opinions, I enlist the help of each of you to assist our office with achieving our objectives and meeting new challenges. Thank you for listening to me this morning.
Questions, and Ms. Posner, you will be the first questioner, but there is a but, because, and being camera shy as you are, this would probably not be that much of a problem. We would request that if you want to ask a question, because it has to be recorded on television, if you could step up to this very expensive microphone right here. And anyone who wants to ask a question, follow Ms. Posner, which probably will be the most dangerous thing I will say for the rest of the day. And say who you are, even you, Kathy, because
way too tall.
Not everybody doesn't know you. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Kathy Posner, chairman of the Executive Committee of City Club, which has no power. Number one, you did a fabulous job. Jay has all the power. That's right. You might have thought you were nervous, but you weren't. It was so refreshing to have a politician who just spoke like from the heart and with such caring. But what my question is, oh yeah, here's the question. Recently, we've read a lot about the unclaimed assets that Treasurer Topinka has found and the unclaimed assets that Treasurer Pappas has found, and there's all this fighting who gets the money. Does the city of Chicago have any unclaimed assets?
Not that we currently know of. You know, I think there was an effort when Barbara Lumpkin was treasurer to work with the state on that issue, but I don't think we have anything to offer with that.
So you won't be in the fray between Pappas and Topinka?
No.
Okay.
Well, we'll just You don't have to rate, just walk up to the microphone, take your shot, state your name.
Okay, Marge Pecco, I want to wish you the very best in your office. I know it's a big job. And I just want to know, what was the transition like between you and Miriam Santos when you took over? Was she real helpful to you? I was just curious, you know, after all we've heard about Miriam Santos, was she real helpful to you in
Right.
in your job? Can you answer that?
Well, Miriam has been very helpful to the city in general with the transition. I didn't have much contact with her personally, but she, when she exited, her intention was to be very helpful to everybody involved to make that transition smooth.
Oh, good. I was just wondering if she was, giving you the nuances that were needed to be known and all that, and she just told you what needed to be known and all, but she was helpful.
Yes.
Good, thank you.
We have had probably the...
State your name.
Oh, Joyce Saxon, I'm on the Board of Governors of the City Club of Chicago and proud to be that. We've had the severest winter in some years. Have you been able to add up so far how much it has cost us?
Fortunately, I don't have to do that. That's Mike Harris in the budget office will handle all those totals. I think Walt Knorr from the city comptroller's office will also participate in some of that calculation.
Okay, sorry, I didn't know. I thought that was your oversight.
Sure.
Anthony Cole from Haymarket Center, and we service about 13,000 clients, and most of them aren't employed or low-paying jobs. So I'm very interested. I heard a statistic. I think you said 38% of the citizens of Chicago they don't have banking accounts and things of that nature to pay enormous, inordinate rates to get checks, cash, and things of that nature.
Right.
What can the city do to alleviate that? And I particularly would be interested if we could perhaps have someone come over and talk to our clients about how to avoid those type of traps and how to maximize opportunities to make the best of their monies.
Sure. One of the things that we're trying to put together is a financial literacy program where we're trying to work with the city colleges, some of the local banks, and to foster relationships between us so that we can teach people about financial management tools.
Well, I appreciate if somebody would just keep me informed. I'd like to, if we can, have our clients take advantage of it.
Sure.
Thank you.
Jeff Berkowitz. I don't think your mic's working, but we'll shout it out.
Raise it up a little bit. It was Posnerized.
Is that better? Is that working? Okay. What would be the best way, do you think, for us, the public, to assess the performance of your portfolio or your management of the portfolio in terms of rate of return consistent with the risk that your office is willing to tolerate or accept? What's the benchmark we should be using?
Yes, as I said, the benchmark that we use is a 3-month U.S. Treasury bill benchmark. And we're constantly, in our office, when we do our investments, we have the Bloomberg system online. We're looking at what the rates are in the market, and we're comparing what we get as bids with those rates.
So you're saying that if you're at the 3-month rate for Treasury bills, then you think you're doing pretty well,
Yes,
is that it?
yes,
And is that where you've been?
yes, pretty much that's where we have been.
Any other questions for Treasurer Rice? Well, a lot of you bank types, I'm sure you're going to come in with offers with much higher interest rates now that you know. And that's part of, you didn't notice when you signed up for this breakfast, that's part of it. Treasurer Rice, on behalf, please, by the way, everything I'm about to do passes any ethics law,
Okay.
even if Illinois had one. Here, when you're drinking coffee and making your investments, a City Club mug,
Thank you.
and a 1-year membership to the City Club of Chicago, and we hope after the year's up, you become a permanent member and, and start a long tradition, because let's face it, if you were keeping a track record of all the city treasurers, I mean, you'd have to have a lot of erasers, so keep the job for a while.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Meeting adjourned.